They're all installed. Starter ready. Holding them. His hander clears the deck. They're racing in the Dubai World Cup, and Well Armed won the start and won it clearly. Bounced more than a length in front. Muhanak, on the other hand, was last and immediately drops back to the tail of the field. Well Armed, the early leader. Gloria de Campon went to second. Paris Perfect third, and My India is fourth and deep. Casino Drive pushing through in the centre. A length away, Albertus Maximus, and then Asiatic Boy in the centre. Arson Squad on the rail. A length and a half to Happy Boy on the outside of Snarfy. Joe Lewis is three deep around that pair. 2 lengths to Muller, a length and a half Muhanak, and 2 lengths away Anak Nakal, who's dropped out to the tail of the field. Well Armed in front as they turn down the side, 1,300 metres out, leading by almost 2 lengths over My Indy. Albertus Maximus travelling 3 deep, goes to third. Gloria de Campon fourth on the rail. A length away is Snarfy, travelling wide, followed deeper on the track as they move down the side by Happy Boy being asked to improve ground. Paris Perfect now drifting back off the speed. Casino Drive is on the rail on the inside of Asiatic Boy. He is a little worse than midfield. He's being hard ridden as they come past the 800 metres mark. 2 lengths away, Joe Lewis. Then came Arson Squad, Anak Nakal, and Muller whipped them in as they come to the turn. There's 600 metres and a long hard run home from the end of an era. Well Armed showed the way into the straight by 2 lengths over My Indy. Gloria de Campio on the fence. Albertus Maximus on the outside. Then Snarfy, Paris Perfect and Happy Boy, but Well Armed had slipped the field. Well Armed in front. He's 5 lengths clear of My Indy. Gloria de Campion. Paris Perfect on the outside. Well Armed at the 200 metres mark is giving them something to catch. It's Well Armed 5 lengths in front. 6 lengths in front. 7 lengths in front of Gloria de Campo. And from Cigar to Well Armed, it's all over at Nat Al-Shiba. Well Armed bolts in with the Dubai World Cup. Gloria de Campon a long way away second. Paris Perfect third. Muller fourth. And My Indy, Snarfy, Albertus Maximus, Casino Drive, Muhanak, Arson Squad, Happy Boy, Asiatic Boy, Joe Lewis and Anak Nakal came in last of all. It was America in the first. It's America in the final at Nat Al-Shiba. From Cigar to Well Armed.
Well, we built it as a competitive race. It turned out to be a 1-horse waltz. Well Armed dictated the tempo, and when he kicked away this time, there were no horses like Asiatic Boy or Curlin waiting in the wings. Aaron Grider spoke to him at Breakfast with the Stars. He talked about exactly how he was going to ride the race, how he hoped Casino Drive would not pester him early, and he'd have enough kick. And he spaced them.
He had that vision in his head, and so few times things work out like you plan them, and from the word go, he got a flyer at the start. And hats off to Windstar Farm, Owen Hardy, all the connections, because there had been a couple of times when Aaron had ridden this horse. Certain people were a bit critical about it. They stuck with Aaron. They said, nope, no problems. We love what we saw.
As Albertus Maximus crossing the line ahead of Snarfy. Just to confirm the place horses, Gloria de Campeo has run a massive race, and the third horse, I believe, was Paris Perfect. We're just awaiting official confirmation. A third and fourth for Saudi Arabia, but they were chasing a spec that was disappearing into the distance, and that spec is now with Caden.
Aaron, moments before the start, you told me exactly how the race would run, and it seems like it happened as you planned.
You know, it doesn't always happen that way, but I'm so blessed to be riding this horse. He's sure brought a lot to my career, and Mr. and Mrs. Kasner and Owen Hardy have done a heck of a job and always had confidence in me, and this horse sure showed everybody in the world today how good he really is, and it's an honor to win the last race in Nat Al-Shiba.
In terms of style, you had guessed the pace exactly right. You said that you felt you could be able to control things as opposed to last year. Did that make all the difference?
Well, he was able to control it last year, but I just like the way he settles this year. Even when he's controlling it, I can drop the reins and he wastes no energy. He throws his ears up and just enjoys the ride, and I did too.
Well, you seem to be enjoying it all day long. This has had to be quite an experience for you.
This is an unbelievable experience, and you know, again, I'm just so blessed. I love this game.
U.S. 1-2 in the World Cup, the first time at Nat Al-Shiba. It's appropriate you close it out. Congratulations.
Who was second?
Yeah. Kathy Harty, wife of the winning trainer Owen Harty, receiving congratulations from Simon Christian and tons of other people. What emotions are you going through right now?
I'm just shaking. I'm trying to recover. Really, just it's The biggest thrill we've had, the biggest thrill in a couple decades of racing career. There's been nothing like it, nothing to compare.
What do you think this will mean to Owen?
Same thing. It's by far the biggest win of his career, the biggest thrill, something we've always wanted. So I can't describe right now.
Congratulations, Kathy.
Thank you very much.
So well armed, returning, victorious. Gloria de Campeo in second place, Paris Perfect confirmed as third, and Muller in fourth place. And I have to say that there are a few disappointing runs, as well as applauding well armed. Albertus Maximus had every chance. 3 wide, beaten too early just to blame the trip. Asiatic Boy never went, never really travelled. And Casino Drive was involved in some scrimmaging, which we'll have a look at in a few moments' time, back in the field. But Aaron was clear of it, wasn't it? Big long stride, able to use it from the front.
Yeah. Sorry, Gary, I was just saying I was very surprised how many were not travelling coming to the turn and how this horse had them at it.
One horse that was traveling throughout was Gloria de Campeo. Was taking a stiff hold down the backside just in front of the incident that we saw, and we'll hopefully get back to in a few minutes. But he was going well all the way and ran a huge race around second, but nobody was in the same league as Well Armed was tonight.
Kieran McLaughlin reported as saying Albertus Maximus never travelled. Certainly you knew your fate early, but this horse just kept extending away. Well Armed, the 10-1 winner of the World Cup. Now you're pals with Aaron, and it must be a terrific thrill for him. He's very, very eloquent in explaining to all of us. When I asked him how he wanted to ride the race, he gave me virtually the whole 3 minutes worth of how it was going to go. He had a game plan, and he believed in that game plan.
He had a game plan. Aaron has got on so many great horses over his career and never had the chance to ride them in the afternoon. He'd tell trainers, "I'll work your horse," and he could come back and tell him something. This is the first real proper horse that he's got to ride on this kind of a venue, and he pulled it off on the biggest career night that he could possibly dream of.
And Jim, it's more just about, you have to look about the formative processes of a horse's whole career, and so we should also spare a word for Clive Britton, who handled this horse through his formative stages in the UK before he transferred over to America, where the dirt surfaces suit him better. So big up for Clive as well. Alan Garcia, clearly very disappointed. You can just see on his face there, he never really held the hope, did he? You know, from a jockey, you know when all of a sudden a horse that normally takes you into a race is just beginning to flounder.
I saw the look on his face when Albertus Maximus was acting up in the paddock here, and it wasn't a look of defeat, but more of a look of disgust at what was going on. He was beaten.
Aaron Grider receiving the plaudits of the crowd as he comes back for the last time into the famous horseshoe winners' enclosure that was the trademark of Nad Al Sheba. Behind him, the prize that will adorn the owner's Windstar Farms mantelpiece. I'd have to build a new mantelpiece to fit that out of a new house, actually, to be honest. And delight for Aaron Grider, Owen Harty, and the owners as well. And the great thing, if you own that horse, Jim, was it wasn't in the balance, was it? In the final 100 metres, you could just stand and cheer.
There was never a moment when he wasn't going to win. He went out there with a plan, and if you look back at last year's race, as we were saying before the race,
Aaron Grider celebrating the biggest win of his career as he takes down the $6 million Dubai World Cup for the Windstar Farm trainer Owen Harty. Well armed, the 2009 World Cup winner, will be back.